Some of you are wondering, I'm sure, how this Clyde puffer's going that I've been working on now for how long is it? Well, let's not count the time, eh? So this is it at the moment. As you can see, the hull is now painted in its red anti-fouling and the black upper. The propeller is now in place and that all operates. The rudder is now operational because we have all our electronic radio control gear inside and the motor and all the batteries and things like that. Now this was a bit of a tricky part because to have to operate this as a working model, we have to have an operating system here for the rudder, but we also have to have the non-working part, which is the original puffer part, and this is the chain. These are the chains which operate the rudder system on the real thing, and these little pulleys here, and that runs through these little tubes. The chain runs through the tubes, round to another little pulley just down there, up this tube, up over that little pulley there, over that, which is the operating pulley from the wheelhouse, which is just here, over the other side, down the other pulley down there, down another tube over the other side. I'll just pop over here, come round here. Now that's the other tube there, so the chain runs down there, through that tube, down round that pulley, through that tube, round that pulley, and to operate the rudder. And that's on the real thing. Also, the other problem, of course, is to make it look as though the chain is actually all connected. I've had to bring it down to there, but I can't actually attach it because this part, which is the accommodation, and this is all in its primer at the moment, ready to be decided on the colour. The ship owner has to decide on the colour he wants for all of that, and that has to be removable to get access to the switch and the rudder servo. But it's all coming on quite nicely. We're also have these stanchions for the rail, which runs from up over here, around here in two rails running through there, stanchions all the way around and around the other side, and that's they all have to be fitted or painted first. The wire has to all be bent into the correct profile and all has to be painted before it goes into place. So that's another decision for the ship owner. Normally on a puffer they're white, and normally on a puffer, the ones I've seen in colour, they have a straw coloured mast and davit. This is that part of the davit, and that's the mast running up there. Masted. At the front here we have a winch, and that's a steam winch, and that's a little model all on its own, and the ship owner is going to be building that for me. This is the loo, which isn't fixed down yet. It's going to have its portholes and door and everything like that fixed. That's the access down to the front accommodation. Under here, this is got to have a tarpaulin on, a green tarpaulin that comes with the kit. That will be fitted, and on top of that there's a ship's boat, and of course we've got all the colour scheme of the funnel, deciding on what line we're going to have for that. This part, I think I might have mentioned it before, that comes off, and inside here you've got the binnacle and the wheel itself, and of course we've got a crew, and there is a 4-man crew on these. Well, I think they've only supplied 3 people. I'm not sure about that because I've passed those on to the ship owner to paint. He's got those to do. So how far? What else have we got to do? Oh, we've got coal. It's got to go into these this coal scuttle with its little oven remove. I've got a removable top. That's you've got coal in there to make it look realistic. And so we're about, I suppose, these are some of the ship fittings that they supply. All these white metal fittings all have to be cleaned up. And this is all part of the mast and the rigging. So that's all that part. So I suppose we're now got to about the, I suppose, what, we've got 2/3 of it done, about a third to go. So it gives you an idea of where we are with it. It's a long job, but it's very pleasurable to do. And when we're not motorcycling and not building another boat, which I'm building yachts as well at the moment, then we get on with this. So today it's a bit wet. We haven't been out motorcycling. We've been doing a bit more on this and a bit more on the yacht. So there we are at the moment. Hope that answered a few little queries you may have.